No more Dragon hit this morning, and we are going to be taking a look at the tier list for the new season post-ban list and just actually how much this set changes Master Duel. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. Alright, I tried to grab everything that people were commenting on in the last video for me to have a discussion point with here, because a lot of people are like, well, you didn't cover X deck. It's okay. I got it this time, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to start things off here with Adamancipator. Now, previously, I was a little bit mean to Adamancipator. I'm still going to hold true to this because I think that with the hits that this deck has, it still can do things. It is a borderline tier 1 deck for sure, alright? Like, you still do things, but there's still just better decks in the format, alright? Like, I'm sorry to tell you that, but I still want to kind of leave this heading towards maybe we'll put it in 1.5 for now, but we'll come back and we'll discuss where this holds at, because Block Dragon's still an amazing card, but it's not better than some of the other decks in the room here. B-Trooper, I'm going to put B-Trooper in the, we'll put it in the tier 2 category for now. We'll see how the rest of this goes. B-Trooper, up until the release of the structure deck in the TCG, where we got Mirror Jade, which you just got Mirror Jade today, actually, you got the chance to see some really good value management for this deck. Problem is, the deck kind of, this is like the point where the deck kind of starts to get oppressed. As a rogue competitor, I know this deck can keep up. I know it can do things. Leave it down. Nah, we'll leave it here for now. I'll adjust as we go here. Flounder. Now, Advent, when it comes, is going to be amazing. You guys are going to love Advent. All right, it makes Flounder a good, consistent deck for a very long time. My problem still is here that Advent is what makes this deck. All right, it's still kind of Brick City right now, but this deck is still a very oppressive force that you got to deal with. So that's one like very big thing that I still got to point out here is, you know, no matter how you look at this deck, you know, you still have to deal with the Flounder being Flounder. Striker, I'm still going to put in tier 2. Yeah, I think Striker's better than Insects. Remember, both of them rely on the Verte Anaconda package to make DP. Smile. Even with the limitations that they have here, it's still very hard. Let's see here. Who's next? Numeron. I'm still going to leave this in tier 3. You can steal games with this. I think that's an important thing to understand, that, you know, getting that steal game functionality is good, but is it consistent? It's tough, man. It really is, in my opinion. I don't know. You kind of, I guess you could say it can be like 2.5 if you really want it to be, but it really just depends on, you know, how your card pool opens up, how things go for you from there. It's a little bit more rough. Drytron, I'm still going to leave Drytron 1.5. I don't think this really changes much. I think with what this deck has going for it, it's still very much a monster in the format. Like, trust me when I say this, like, I don't know, I still think that this deck is a massive competitor here. Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and put Mirror Jade up here in tier 1. McCourier, all of everything that this deck just got. Lubellion, Mirror Jade, McCourier, Branded Fusion is insanity. Trust me when I say this. Plus you have Verte Anaconda as a backup plan in this game. Holy moly, man. Like, this deck now sits at the tier 1 table for sure. You thought the Despia branded shenanigans up until this point were an unfun deck. Yeah, wait till your opponent goes Mirror Jade and all that other fun stuff, and you're like, oh, cool, you know, you proceed to your end phase, you're like, oh, where'd my field go? And you're like, oh, yeah, by the way, they just do that, all right? That's what makes this deck. I really do think that this deck is above a lot of the other curve here for a lot of the metagame. So that's one big thing I want to point out here is we are running into the meta at a very strong point here, so we'll have to wait and see how it holds up. I'm still going to put Fairy Tail Control down here in tier 3. Once again, both of these decks, they're going second breakers. Like, that is their point, their existence. And like I said, they do it quite well, in my opinion. So take that for what you will here. Inspector Border, Um, this is rough. I like stun, I really do, but we're in a one-on-one format. You can steal some games. I think stun is inherently worse than these two, though, and I'm being very mean to the deck because I love stun to death. But I don't know. I don't think you're better than these per se. Like for the gimmicky board breaking options, these two just feel way better. Adding Nister, I'm still going to leave this in tier 3. Once you get Circular, you're an amazing deck, but you're more gimmicky than anything, in my opinion. Eldritch. So I got yelled at for putting this in tier 2 last time, where I said that this was Eldritch like really better than, you know, everything else in the upper echelon here. I'm still going to leave this in tier 2. I still think this deck is like the borderline go-to. Alright, take that how you will, but I still don't foresee like its power and the things that it does to be particularly all that crazy. Invoked. This is rough. I know Invoked can still do okay boards, but the problem is it's getting power crept at such an enormous level. I almost... Is it better? I'm going to put it in tier 3. I don't necessarily agree with that, but it's okay. Hero, I guess I'm also going to have to put in tier 3. I had it in Rogue last time. People like, oh, we put the bad category this time. Darklaw is a heck of a card. Alright, we're not going to deny that. I think that that's something important to understand. But for now, I think that it's in the same category as all these. For sure. Construct, I guess would be put next to Invoke, because the two of these typically go hand in hand with each other, right? Salad. Salad is more code talker stuff. I'll put that here. I don't foresee much of a rhyme or reason for that. Evil Twin's the same thing. It's all just rogue from here. Dragon Maid, is Dragon Maid better than some of the other things? No, I'm going to put that in tier 3 as well. Tier 3 continues to grow. Alright. Tri-Brigade. I'm also going to put Tri-Brigade in tier 2. While Tri-Brigade has some really cool toolboxing options, and now with the birth of the Tri-Brigade version of Albaz, things get very interesting for this deck. You will see some very interesting things with this. We'll have to wait and see how they develop, but I'm actually excited for this. Let's see here. Do you really need to talk about all the Sword Soul variants? They just got Qingxing Long Yun. You've got more problems to worry about now that this deck got Qingxing. Like, this deck will remain on the top. All of the Sword Soul variants, the adventure stuff, all of this remains in the tier 1 category. Alright, like all the worm package decks, they got Qingxing Long Yun. Time to cry. Alright, like honestly, Sword Soul now kind of gets to move up a little bit. Sword Soul in the matchup versus this, though, this is a little bit of an interesting one. Let's see here. Dragon Link. So, they got Borland Dragon. Whoo-wee. At the juncture that I think this deck is, I think we're going to put Dragon Link at tier 1. Borland is a very good piece to the puzzle. It facilitates a lot of good combo. Borland is fan-frickin-tastic, man. Like, I'm excited for this. Alright. Phantom Knights with the Brave package. They lost Rongo Reminiad. They can still do, like, some basic stuff. I don't feel like the deck is... honestly, I'm going to put it down here for now. I'm also going to put the Virtual World deck in here as well. This deck can still do combo, but at this point it just starts momentumly falling off. The Praying Kids deck. This deck is still tier 1. You can make an argument for the Brave package all you want for Praying Kids, but 1-card combo, full gas. Alright, I'm going to move Eldritch up here. Floodgate deck has to stand a chance, right? DDD. Now, is DDD better than everything else in this category? If you have enough time to focus and play through combo and learn what this deck does, 100%. 100%. Deck is very good. Pendulums. Starving Venom FTK still exists. You can still do some shenanigans with this. This encompasses literally everything pendulum related, in my opinion. I think there's some good little interesting things you can do with this. I'm going to put it in 1.5 for this video. Blue Eyes, I'm also going to put in tier 3 here. I keep getting told every video that, Robbie, you're underestimating the power of Blue Eyes. Robbie, Blue Eyes is a good deck. Blue Eyes is not better than everything else up here. I'm sorry to tell you that. When we lived through this format in the TCG, I think Blue Eyes got a couple of tops because it merged with the branded package. And by a couple of tops, I mean I think it won a couple locals. But that doesn't mean that the deck inherently itself as an engine is any better off. So try to prove me wrong. You can go make diamond with it and be like, yeah, I'm the one exception to the rule. But from where I'm sitting, I don't foresee this deck actually taking off. But that is my tier list and my thoughts based on the TCG and how Master Duel has been applying a lot of the concepts so far. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.